Gentlemen, welcome back to another video. This video here, hopefully it's going to be very fast, but I just want to give you an update as to what's happening with our project that Luba and I are working on. And I want to run it past you, and I'd love to get some feedback from you guys in the comments of what you actually think about it. Now, the whole idea is that we want to solve problems, okay? There are many problems, there are many hurdles along your journey if you decide to go over to Ukraine to try your hand at dating over there. I know because I have done it. I've been through some of these companies that I guarantee you're thinking about going on. And also Luba has worked for those companies as well. And there is good and there is bad. And if you end up doing our course that we have written, you will, there's a section in there that talks about like the group tours, the VIP tours, the matchmaking, just coming over here and not using any agency at all and just doing it using Tinder and dating apps and things like that. So we cover the whole range of it. So the idea behind the course, just quickly, is to give you all the tools, the information, the secrets that are hidden from everybody, and you can make a decision what's best and what is going to hopefully work for you based on who you are. But the thing that I'm working on at the moment, and this has been a real, it's been so frustrating for me to try and get this right, and I think that I have got it. I think that I have got it right, but we will only tell when it's launched. So that is community. Now, one of the good things about going on one of these group tours is the fact that you meet a lot of like-minded guys that are on the same mission as you, and that's very hard to find in the real world. So, you're not going to meet somebody at a bar and say, oh, I'm thinking about going to Ukraine to, see if I can find a traditional woman over there. They're going to think you're absolutely nuts. But when you go on a group tour, you meet 10 or 15 or 20 guys that you can connect with straight away on that level. And the thing that I found was that you connect with these guys so fast, you become such good friends, almost instantly. And I think it's because of that. I think it's because of you had this unusual, hard to find shared interest that not many other people can relate to. And I know on every single tour that I've been on, I have become very good friends with some of the guys on those tours. And after your tour, if it doesn't work, you become like a support network for each other. And when good things do happen, you're excited on the phone and you're telling them about it and they want to know about it and you want to know what's happening with this one over here. And it's different from other stuff. It's different from business or from just normal friendships or sport or anything like that. And I find that I believe that has so much value when it comes to going over to Ukraine. So I wanted to implement that and figure out a way to create that would be beneficial for the guys that are going over there. And I don't want it to be anonymous. So if you guys don't know, I have also a website called Ukraine Fusion, which is just a free forum, which guys can go in there and they can talk about their experiences and give guys advice about going over to Ukraine. But the problem with that is that anyone can go in there. We got trolls in there before. We've had spammers in there. We've had, I believe, we've had other agencies in there, and it can kind of get a little bit kind of messy because it's an open forum. Topics can get way off topic. For the guys that follow my channel that are in my forum, you know exactly what I'm talking about. 1 minute we're talking about this, the next minute we're talking about money or politics or something like that. And so an online forum, it works in some sense, but I don't think it would work in this sense here. And so I started thinking about other ways that I could create a way for guys to connect through our system and then beyond. So I was thinking about things that worked in the past, right? And, and of course, Facebook is the way that people connect. So what I've been building is I've been building our own little kind of, I'm calling it a Facebook, but it's the same sort of system. It's guys can basically post to, a wall. They can post their experiences that they've had with using one of the agencies we've suggested or another one, or it doesn't really matter. They can share that through, and the guys in there are going to trust the opinions and the experience from guys in there as well. I don't want people in there to be, how should we say this, anonymous like they are in the forum, because it's a closed place. I want people to connect. I want a guy who's 30 years old, who's coming over here in July, to be able to connect with another guy that's around his 30s, and they come over because maybe they want to go to the clubs. Or if a guy's in his 60s, he wants to do something a little bit different, he can connect with other guys in his 60s. So I want it to be quite open. I want guys to know who the other guys are, the same way you would if you went on any sort of group tour. We want the guys to discuss their experiences. If they use one of these agencies or they go to certain everything has to be a discussion. Everybody has to learn from everybody else. And I know by, in Ukraine Fusion, like the value that the guys bring who have been over to Ukraine for a month, they come back, they tell everybody about what happened, where they went, did they get scammed? The value from just that, even just spending 10 minutes reading that could save you so much time and money. So I want to bring that also, that mentality over to here as well. And there's a real problem when it comes to some of these dating agencies is that when you sign up with them, you're made to sign an agreement that says that you will never, ever talk about your experience that you've had there. And to me, it makes no sense, right? And it should be about transparency. You should be able to talk to other guys thinking about doing this. Because isn't that where the value is going to come from? If I ever create something, like say this for example, and you don't talk to someone about this, then I have failed in my mission to create something that has value that you want to tell anybody about. You should be telling people about your experiences. By telling the guys in our system about your experience, they're going to learn from it as well. So as well as getting to know everybody that's in there, like for everybody that's in there as well, like it's good for us as well to get to know them as well, so that we can give them advice. We might see something and think, well, you're doing that wrong, here's a little bit more advice. So we want it to be like a really close community. And we want everybody to have trust for each other and to learn from all the experiences that they may have had in the past. So the community thing is great when you're talking online, okay? And there's so many benefits to it. Like I can't even begin to list them or describe how beneficial it can be to have interaction with people, with like-minded people. I'm a firm believer of like attracts like. But there's something at the end of that I think that if we can create this online, it will naturally gravitate towards that. And that is that, let's just say that there are, I don't know, a couple of 35-year-old guys. I'm just using that as an example, of course. A couple of 35-year-old guys. And they're talking to each other and they think, well, let's go over in May. Let's go to Kiev. And then they make a group. So similar to Facebook, you could make a group and they could call this group Kiev, whatever year, anybody that wants to go. We are a 25-year-old and a 28-year-old or 38-year-old, whatever, it doesn't matter what age it is. Anybody that wants to join the group, they can join in. They can join this group. They can have their own little miniature tour. They don't need to have anybody to facilitate that. We've given them the information, the resources. We can give them the contacts for anything that they need, whether it's accommodation, whether it's drivers, whether it's translators or anything like that. We can give them all that when they're there. And so all of a sudden you've got, from what went online, just guys meeting each other, but like-minded guys, and like I said before, like you become friends very fast, to all of a sudden being in a country together and going through this whole journey together, helping each other when things are bad and looking out for each other if they think one of the ladies is a scammer, and creating that sense of, I guess, like a brotherhood between the guys that are there. And believe me, like you'll look after each other. You're not going to be running around like running into each other like headless chickens, because you know everything that we know. You'll have access to the agencies that we recommend. You don't have to use them if you don't want to, but you'll have access to them. You can go over there and do it with a bunch of guys that are like-minded like you. You don't have to be on a tour with somebody that's like 30 or 40 years older than you, or vice versa. If you're in your 60s, you don't want to be doing it maybe with a 30-year-old. You're going to have different approaches. It's about creating a holistic approach to dating in Ukraine. It's not a one-size-fits-all. I know this because I went on a tour and most of the guys were older, most of the ladies were older, and I ended up wasting my money. This is the problem that we're trying to solve. Among many other problems is that making the decisions that are right for you. It's about trying to identify all these little problems that are there that make it so hard for a guy to actually go out there and trust people. It's about identifying those, giving you a solution, you having the option to take that solution if you want to, and maybe do something a little bit different that's in your favor. So that's the update for today. That's what I'm up to at the moment, is trying to, and I think it's an important part, is to try and create a sense of community. We don't want guys to be doing something over here and don't you talk to him and this is over here. We want everybody to be in this together and to learn from everybody and to make some good friends and go through this whole journey together, giving each other support. When I made the thumbnail for the first video, I put 1 out of 5, assuming that there would be 5 updates. I think there's actually maybe going to be maybe more. But the reason that I'm doing these videos is to get feedback as we progress through the project. So that's it for now. One thing I will say here though, if you are interested in being a part of what we're creating, if it does sound like something you're interested in, please send an email to the email address below. Now, the reason that I say this, we're not going to try and like pre-sell you or hype you up or buy now, get something free. There's none of that stuff. The only reason that I say this is because both Luba and I have had a bunch of emails of guys saying, yes, I want to sign up, but I'm going to sign up in February. Or I'm going to sign up, just let me know straight away. This is, because this is like new territory for us and for, I guess, no one's ever really sort of done anything like this before. We have no idea how many people are going to sign up at the start. Now, the biggest fear that I have is that too many people will sign. Well, two actually. Too many people will sign up, and it's just going to be too much. We don't have staff. We can't train them. We don't have enough time, or no one's going to sign up. I don't know. That's worse. I think actually more people signing up and not being able to service the people that have actually paid for a service. So it depends on how many people are going to sign up. If it's going to be a lot, like way over the top than what we're expecting, we'll have to basically throttle it and just say, look, we need to have these guys here. We want these guys to like look after these guys first. We need to train some staff. We need to test everything, make sure everything is going well. So basically, what I'm saying is that if you are interested in being to sign up straight away, or even if it's in March or in April, just send me an email, and then when it comes close to the time, we'll send you an email and you can let us know where you're at. There's no hard sell or anything like that. It just helps us to plan, because it's for us when we put so much work and time and effort into it, we just want to make sure that the guys that do sign up, they get the best possible service from both Luba and myself. We'd rather have 5 guys sign up and they just absolutely rave about the service and it just exceeds everything, rather than 100 guys sign up and all of them are just pissed off because we can't deal with them. So anyway, update for today, and I'll see you guys next time.